Ryan Grant, they call me RG, owner and head coach, boxing coach.
My name is Evan Boris, and he hits me. That's pretty much it.
Just put that in the super.
Yeah, I mean,
business cards too.
What else do I do?
Lachlan Cheng, professional babysitter of Elias Theodorou.
I started martial arts in any capacity after my first year at university. I started when I was 21.
I met him just as he was preparing for his second professional fight, so I missed out on a lot of sort of the fundamental sort of early development phases of him as he was learning his initial skill set. But once he came in, he started participating in the pro team, and because of his outside activities in terms of his modeling, his acting, and he worked as a bartender for years, he was able to sort of make 2 classes a day, so he was able to have a pro schedule from very early on. It led to a really pretty rapid growth. I mean, he's only been doing martial arts for about 6 years now.
I'm 27 now. So the really cool thing is the fact that the median age in my weight class is 31, so I'm about 4 years away from my prime.
He's an enigma to figure out, and you only have 3 rounds.
It's a million things that shouldn't work, and yet put together it all kind of comes together. It's like watching a Jackson Pollock. It doesn't look great up close, it doesn't look great without the right context, but you see it in point, and something about it just kind of makes sense.
Every single fight I've won in a different matter, and I'm evolving. I think in many ways I kind of grew outside from the cage outwards, in regards to I'm a jack of all trades with a gas tank for days.
A lot of people think that Elias is mediocre level. You got to be at a certain level to win the Ultimate Fighter. I don't give it could be nations, it could be US. It's a program, and everyone that they put in front of this kid, he's been winning.
He's a showman, and he levels up. Some guys, kind of get smaller on game day. Some guys level up.
Sometimes it's not the best person that wins, it's the best person on game day. And I'm very good at putting it all together when it counts, because it doesn't matter how many times you won in training, and I would be the first to tell you I lose every single day.
But on game day, he would rather die than lose.
He's a guy that doesn't let the overwhelmingness, the nerve factor of fighting get to him. He looks like he's going to church when he's walking to the cage.
My last fight with Roger Navarez, I was able to be completely cognitive in the actual event, and honestly have the same resting heart rate as a sparring day.
In the last 2 years, I've watched him evolve, but in the last 6 weeks, that evolution has been exponential. So the guys at Guelph Wrestling, and then of course when he went to train with Chris Weidman, one of the best in the world, it was phenomenal. So his wrestling abilities skyrocketed.
Well, training with Chris Weidman was inspiring, and the confidence that he has, his ability. These are guys that have bred champions. If you look at Ray Longo, he's bred 2 champions with Matt Serra and now Chris Weidman. I love removing myself from the distractions of home and learning something and then bringing that back. I'm a huge believer that knowledge is power, and I'm all about the journey.
It was amazing to see him evolve technically, but he also evolved professionally and as a person as well. So I think there's going to be a whole new Elias that's going to show up to the ring this time. Elias is one of the most coachable fighters that I've ever been with.
Bit of a personality, he's kind of out there, he's a little bit loco.
I mean, even with all the jokes, the quality of the work is really good.
He's found a way to sort of embrace all of his inherent idiosyncrasies and weirdness, and just kind of like really derive a personality that attracts the people around that he needs, because he needs a ton of support.
My brother's my best friend. My parents are the rock that basically steered both of us into being the men that we are. And with that being said, I got a family in regards to my coaches and my training partners.
With this guy, we have to be very mindful on the not getting hit aspect of Elias. Has to be on overdrive that night, because this guy is a real strong, powerful kicker, big puncher.
Power is great, right? But you have to be able to hit the target in order for it to have any sort of success.
He on his left side, he's very powerful. He's coming to knock my block off, but I'm going to say no means no. throughout the whole fight.
With like anybody else, if you give a dog a chance to bite you, he'll bite you. We're gonna try to keep him tame. When he gets out of line, no. Give him a stop, get back in the corner, and be quiet. Victory. I'm not gonna say we're going to look for a knockout. I'm not gonna say we're gonna try to match power with strength with this guy. We're gonna go out there, we're gonna match intelligence with strength. The smart guy always wins the battle.
It's going to be a second round TKO. That's my prediction.
Not just like a guess.
It's strategic. It's more than a guess. Just watching him evolve over this camp, knowing his opponent. I see the first round being a very, very exciting first round, but by the second round, the opponent is going to start to gas out because he's not going to be able to keep up with with the pressure that Elias is going to put on him, and that's where he's going to make a mistake. He's going to end up on the ground, and Elias is just going to pound him.
How do I see it going? Any way we want to take it, we're going to take it. Of course, I'd like to see a knockout, of course, but I'm just proud of the preparation, and I'm excited to see what he's going to do on fight night.
December 10th goes the way I want it in regards to me being me and me doing what I always do, win. I don't know how it's going to happen. In all my other fights beforehand, I've kind of never really planned out something. It just kind of works out in a way, and I take what I want and walk away with my hand raised.